Long ago, before kingdoms fell into ruin and darkness spread across the world, a powerful ruler known as the Shadow King secretly forged a magical ring deep inside a volcanic mountain. The ring carried terrifying power, capable of controlling the minds of kings, warriors, and entire nations. With the ring in his possession, the Shadow King raised an unstoppable army of monstrous creatures and launched a brutal war against the free kingdoms of the world. Cities burned beneath black skies while humans, elves, and mountain warriors united in one final desperate battle. During the war, a brave warrior managed to strike down the Shadow King by cutting the magical ring from his hand with a broken sword. The Shadow King's body collapsed into darkness, and his armies scattered across the land. Everyone believed evil had finally been destroyed, but the ring survived. Instead of destroying it, the warrior kept the ring for himself. Slowly, the magic poisoned his thoughts with greed and pride until one night he was ambushed beside a river. As he tried to escape through the water, the ring slipped from his finger and vanished beneath the current, betraying him to his death. For centuries, the ring remained hidden underwater until it was discovered by a young fisherman. The moment he touched it, darkness entered his heart. Driven mad by obsession, he murdered his closest friend to keep the ring for himself. Over many years, the ring twisted him into a pale, broken creature that hid deep inside underground caves, far away from sunlight and civilization. The creature spoke to the ring like it was alive and protected it more than anything else in the world. But eventually, the ring abandoned him too. Far away from war and darkness was a peaceful countryside village surrounded by green hills and rivers. The villagers lived simple, happy lives, untouched by the horrors of the outside world. Among them was an old traveler who secretly possessed the magical ring after finding it during a long-forgotten adventure. For many years, he kept it hidden without realizing its true danger. As time passed, something strange happened. Even in old age, the traveler barely seemed to grow older. During a grand birthday celebration filled with music, fireworks, dancing, and laughter, the old traveler suddenly decided to leave the village forever. Before disappearing into the world, he passed the ring down to his young relative, a quiet and kind-hearted villager. Watching everything carefully was an ancient wizard who had long suspected the ring carried dark magic. After searching ancient libraries and forgotten scrolls, the wizard uncovered the horrifying truth. The ring once belonged to the Shadow King himself, and the Shadow King's spirit was beginning to return. Far away in a land of fire and ash, a giant dark tower awakened beneath storm-filled skies. At its peak burned a massive fiery eye that searched endlessly for the lost ring. Soon, terrifying hooded riders began hunting across the land for it. Realizing the village was no longer safe, the wizard warned the young villager that he must leave immediately. Accompanied by his loyal best friend and two cheerful companions, the young traveler escaped into the wilderness while dark riders hunted them relentlessly. Their journey became more dangerous with every passing day. At one point, they hid beneath giant tree roots while a hooded rider slowly searched above them in the darkness. The travelers could barely breathe as the creature sniffed the air for signs of the ring. Eventually, the group reached a rainy medieval town where they hoped to meet the wizard again. Instead, they encountered a mysterious wandering warrior sitting quietly in the corner of a tavern. The warrior revealed that he knew about the ring and offered to guide them through the dangerous lands ahead. Though the travelers distrusted him at first, they had little choice but to follow. As they crossed forests and mountains together, the mysterious warrior proved himself brave and skilled in battle. Yet he carried a painful past and secretly feared the destiny waiting for him. One night, while resting among ancient ruins, the group was attacked by ghostly dark riders. During the chaos, the young traveler accidentally placed the magical ring onto his finger. Instantly, the world around him transformed into a dark, ghostly nightmare. One of the riders stabbed him with a cursed blade before the mysterious warrior drove the creatures away using fire. Although the traveler survived, darkness slowly spread through his body. Every hour brought him closer to death as the group raced toward a hidden kingdom protected by magical beings. Just before the dark riders could capture him again, a graceful forest princess arrived on horseback and carried him toward safety through the wilderness. At the edge of the kingdom, a magical flood exploded through the river and swept the riders away. The young traveler awoke inside a hidden city filled with waterfalls, glowing trees, and ancient magic. There, leaders from many races gathered to decide the fate of the ring. Some wanted to use its power against the returning darkness. Others warned that anyone who carried the ring would eventually become corrupted. When nobody could agree, the young traveler quietly volunteered to carry the ring into the land of fire, where it had first been created. Only there could it finally be destroyed. One by one, warriors from different kingdoms stepped forward to help him. An ancient wizard, a wandering warrior, an elven archer, a dwarven fighter, a conflicted knight, and his loyal companions. Together they formed a fellowship. Their journey led them across frozen mountains, through deadly storms, and eventually toward an ancient underground kingdom, abandoned long ago after being overrun by monsters. Inside the endless tunnels and giant halls beneath the earth, something watched them from the darkness. Suddenly, monstrous creatures attacked from every direction. The Fellowship fought desperately through collapsing bridges and underground stairways until an even greater horror awakened. A gigantic fire demon made of shadow and flame. At a narrow stone bridge above a bottomless abyss, the ancient wizard stayed behind to face the monster alone, while the others escaped. The wizard shattered the bridge beneath the demon, but as the creature fell, it dragged him into the darkness below. The Fellowship escaped in shock, believing the wizard had died. Broken by grief, the remaining heroes continued into a magical golden forest, where they rested beneath glowing trees. But even there, the ring's corruption continued spreading among them. The conflicted knight became obsessed with the ring's power and eventually tried to take it by force from the young traveler. Terrified by what the ring was doing to everyone, the traveler decided to continue the journey alone, but his loyal friend refused to abandon him and nearly drowned trying to follow him across the river. Together, the two friends continued toward the dark volcanic lands alone. At the same time, monstrous soldiers attacked the remaining Fellowship members. The conflicted knight redeemed himself by sacrificing his life to protect the younger companions from overwhelming enemies. As the story ended, the two friends continued toward the land of fire. Two companions were captured by monsters, and the remaining warriors prepared to rescue them. Meanwhile, far away in the darkness, the fiery eye atop the tower continued watching. The true war had only just begun.